We are living a dream, 1 liter of beer at a time.
Hey, that's very nice.
Thank you, I thought so.
That means the travel guys are in Munich, Germany next.
Proust.
Hi, I'm Jim Gordon,
Guten Tag, I'm Darren Parkman.
and we are the travel guys.
Well, my friend, here we are in the beautiful Bavarian city of Munich, Germany, our very first visit to this country.
That's right, pal. Coming up, we'll head to the Alps to check out one of the most extravagant castles we have ever seen.
Impressive grounds surrounding the castle. There's extravagant lions, gold statues, and little ponds. We'll pay our respects in the historic city of Dachau.
And we will dislocate our shoulders drinking very, very large pints at a local beer garden. Okay.
Then were some heavy beers.
They were.
All that and a lot more coming up, so stick around. Don't geschehen. Well, Germany is famous for the Bavarian Motor Works, better known as BMW.
That's right, pal. When you come to Munich, one of the things you have to check out is the BMW Museum.
I actually didn't know BMW made motorcycles.
Yeah.
That's an antique there, but that's worth a lot of money.
It would be.
I tell you, they're quality cars, they're expensive cars, but they really are status symbols. You know you've made it when you're driving a Beamer.
Yeah.
I'm still driving a 72 Pinto.
I'm using my parents' car.
You are, yeah?
Yeah.
And the bus.
And the bus, yeah.
But you know, when you drive a Beamer, there's something about it, there really is.
Design hasn't changed all that drastically over the last 60 years either.
No, they look, yeah, I agree with you. They look very similar now to what they looked like 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Gotta say, we've seen surfing in Hawaii. We've actually tried surfing in Australia, but I never expected to see surfing here in Munich on a raging rapid of a river, no less. That was
right.
3 R's.
That's beautiful.
Raging
Actually.
rapid
Very
river.
nice. Did it all at once. We're right in the middle of the city, overlooking the River Eisba, and they do this every day.
It's like a tourist attraction. I gotta say, I find this truly terrifying. Of course, a lot of things I find
Quite
terrifying, as
scary,
you know.
yeah.
Clowns, ponies, the list goes on.
Well, you'll find excellent dining options here in the beautiful city of Munich. I am on my own here tonight. We've sent Darren elsewhere. We had so many dinner offers. I'm at Ratskeller, which is a traditional old restaurant here in the Marienplatz district. I'm having Schwein and Braten. Wonderful food. I got lots of food. But Darren Parkman, where are you tonight and what are you eating?
Hey, thanks, Jim Gordon. It's great to talk to you via this very expensive and wasteful satellite technology. I am at Kuffler's California Kitchen, enjoying some authentic California cuisine.
Very nice, Mr. Parkman. Very nice. We're not used to being apart like this, but I'm glad you're having a good meal. I got a quick question for you. We call it Munich. What do Germans call this city?
Well, a question for me here. Well, the answer is München.
Excellent. Well done, sir. Go back to your food.
No, I cannot hear him. I just said I cannot. No, I cannot hear him.
Well, there's not only some great beer gardens in downtown Munich, but also some pretty cool night spots, and we, sir, are rocking the jackets here.
Yes, we are. What's great about Munich is there really is something for everyone. You've got cafes, you've got clubs, you've got bars, lounges, everything in. They stay open very late, as I understand you discovered last night.
5 a.m. according to my research, they stay open till.
That's a lot of research.
A lot of drinking too.
Wow, well
Cheers.
done, sir.
What are you drinking?
You know what? I got to say, Germans make great beers. I've not had a bad beer. This is just an in-house beer I'm having right now. Every place we've gone has great beers, but you're changing up a little bit tonight.
The European favorite, Campari. It's all part of my new classy aura.
Classy aura.
I'm giving off a certain vibe with this Campari.
Yes, you certainly
I am.
are. Yes.
A very kind of cool,
classy aura.
classy vibe, cool kind of aura vibe. Aura.
Okay. Oh, aura vibe aura. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Stunning architecture as far as the eye can see.
More travel guys from Munich, Germany, coming up next. So, buddy, your thoughts on this lovely city?
I gotta say, I've never been to Germany before. Clean city,
Yeah.
historical city, nice people. And you, sir?
I'm amazed it's not really, really expensive. Things seem to be quite fair food and drink-wise. We certainly had enough drinks. But the beer is moderately
yourself
priced.
on
Oh,
that.
yeah, of course, yeah. No, it's a beautiful, beautiful city. The great architecture, a great history. Very glad we came.
Have you learned any German at all?
Guten Morgen.
I do not know what that means.
Good morning.
Now, Andreas, there's so much to see here in Munich, such a beautiful city. But if you're here for a short period of time like we are, tell us what the must-sees are in Munich.
So the first one is definitely here Marienplatz, the center of the city, to get a first idea what's particularly going on in Munich. Then you should see the Victorian market, a very lovely food market with a beer garden in the center. Also must see definitely the residence, the King's Palace. So choose a rainy day for that to take a couple of hours and you will have a pleasant day here.
If I take one thing from this interview, it's that there's some good beer gardens here.
Definitely.
Well, now it's time for a little thing we like to call Jim and Darren Meet the People.
Or as it's also known, approaching total strangers that would normally ignore us. Let's go. Lucy, tell us what the coolest thing about Munich is.
The coolest thing is that the people are so friendly and that it's a place where you can always explore something new.
I would say Munich's a great city just because of all the traditions that they still have here. It's a very culturally rich city. You've got Oktoberfest, you've got the beer gardens in the summer, you've got all of the Christmas markets.
I think the fact that it's close to a lot of interesting places, such as Neuschwanstein Castle, Dachau, and other places like that.
Munich is international, Munich is beautiful, Munich is great.
Now, how long have you been in Munich?
A day.
A day?
Not even a
Only
day.
a day?
Yeah.
What's the best thing about Munich so far?
Hofbrauhaus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're nice. Have you had any beer yet?
I don't drink beer.
You don't drink beer? No? You're too classy for that, aren't you?
I'm too classy.
I can tell. I
Yeah.
can tell right away.
The best thing about Munich is definitely the Oktoberfest, because all the world is coming here to celebrate with us.
Are you enjoying this interview?
I love this interview. This is great.
You're lying, aren't you?
I'm flying.
You have very, very good beer here.
You like the German
Oh,
beer?
the beer is fantastic. I've not had a bad beer since I got here.
You don't speak any English? No?
No.
And I don't speak any German. What's the dog's name?
Mary.
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 Hello, Mary. Hello, Mary. Very friendly. Guten Morgen, Mary. Guten Morgen. What does good morning mean? Good morning?
Good morning.
Yeah. I'm bridging the cultural gap here. Well, there is a ton of history in Old Munich, and it's time, I think high time, the travel guys got culturefied.
Is that a word?
It is now.
Culturefied, okay.
Yes.
We're going to get culturefied at the Residence Museum behind us, which for many centuries was the political and cultural center for all the dukes and kings and elected officials, and we're going to go inside and see it right now.
I am in the mood for some culturefying. Actually, it's a pretty impressive museum. Everything is so unbelievably ornate.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at the detail and everything.
The wall is just covered with ornate carvings and
Very ostentatious, isn't it, and opulent?
if I knew what that word meant. So I've got two words to look at:
Okay,
ostentatious and opulent.
Opulent, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, see this wall here, this little gated wall here?
It's the bedroom, I guess.
Yeah.
Of the yeah.
But what is interesting is it would go God, King, then a lot of space, and then people. But every night and every morning, the court, his people would have to come, the dukes, the counts would have to come and watch the king on the other side of this railing get undressed and dressed before and after bed.
It's a bit creepy.
Yeah, kind of like what happens at your place, right? What's amazing about this place is that every time someone new would come into power, they wouldn't throw the old person out. They would just say, okay, you stay in this section with your furniture and everything. I'm going to add on to it and build my own parts.
I just can't believe, though, there must have been 1,000 people working on this place.
Oh, yeah.
It's just unbelievably
Yeah.
detailed.
You know, when you come to Munich, one of the places you have to visit is about 20 kilometers from town. It's Dachau concentration camp.
And I have to say, when you come on the grounds of Dachau, a real sadness comes over you. But I think Germany has put together a fitting tribute to the victims of the Third Reich in World War II.
Yeah, buddy, and it's nice to see a lot of kids here.
It really is. Let's go in and check it out. Well, behind us are the famous original doors of the Dachau concentration camp. And the slogan on the door reads, Arbeit macht frei, which means through work is freedom. Sadly, that was not the case for most of the victims here at Dachau.
This concentration camp opened on March 22, 1933, and remained in operation until the American troops liberated the survivors on April 29, 1945. The memorial site as we view it today was established in 1965 on the initiative of and in accordance with the plans of the surviving prisoners who joined together to form the Committee International of Dachau.
Well, talk about German stereotypes. We're here with a liter of beer, a giant pretzel, sitting in a Munich beer garden. This is actually pretty darn cool.
And
You
we're
know what?
eating schnitzel.
My arm is hurting from this beer. Yeah.
We are at one of the most famous places in Munich, the Hauptbräuhaus, enjoying some great beer. And you're right, buddy, these are heavy, heavy beers, but very good.
Pretzels, schnitzel, a liter of beer. It's heaven. What more do you want in life? Cheers.
Sir.
I have to say, sir, this is some of the best schnitzel I have ever had. This is good honkin' schnitzel here.
Oh, I know, and the cranberry sauce is just fabulous.
It really accents it, doesn't it, the cranberry sauce?
You got a little something.
I do.
Yeah.
That's a little embarrassing. Got it? Did I get it?
Yes, you did. It's all gone. Okay. So, buddy, we've been in Munich for a few days. Your thoughts on this beautiful city?
I gotta say, it's a real user-friendly city, and by that I mean it's really easy to get around walking.
Yeah,
It's a good
yeah,
walking city,
yeah.
and a very clean city. What do you think?
People are really nice. Lots of great cafes and bars and restaurants.
And I'm not kidding about this. Probably the best beer I've ever had in the world here in Bavaria.
You and I, if you're a
Yeah.
fan of our show, of course, you know we drink a lot of beer. I've not had a bad beer yet.
The best beer in the world right here in Bavaria. Let me say it for a third time. The best beer in the world right here in Bavaria. I'm going to say it one more time. The best beer in the world right here in Bavaria. Do you want to hear it again?
No, but I'm just thinking maybe we should go have a beer.
You mean one of the best beers in the world?
Yes.
Right here in Bavaria?
In Bavaria, yeah.
Let's do it. Hey, remember when you were a kid and you used to have those clockwork wind-up toys? You'd wind up and they'd go round and round and you'd be amused for hours and hours and hours?
Vaguely, it was a long time ago, but I do remember, yes.
Well, get ready to see the biggest wind-up toy show you've ever seen here. It's at Munich City Hall in the Marienplatz, actually. People come out here every day, a couple times a day, to watch this charming little show.
Yeah, I see everybody looking around here. What are we looking at?
Check it out. It's happening right now. Look at that. They're going around in circles there. This is the knight in shining armor there. See that?
That's pretty wild stuff.
Wow. Kind of scary almost, isn't it? Kind of creepy.
Well, I got to tell you, buddy, this Marienplatz Square is just full of people. It's exciting. What are you looking at?
Wow. Oh, well, you know how you can be profoundly affected by history?
Yes?
I've just seen a life-changing statue here in Marienplatz here. It's a small cherub in a war costume slaying an evil chicken.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's very touching.
My life will never be the same.
Uh-huh. Well, we're just a little ways outside Munich right now on a very famous motorway.
This is the honest-to-goodness German Autobahn we're traveling on right now, and I always thought there was no speed limit on the Autobahn, but there's actually a speed limit here. We're right now traveling at the breakneck speed of 80 kilometers an hour. I can just feel the G-force, can't you?
I know the highway seems to have opened up a little bit. We're going a lot faster now.
I think we've entered the section of the Autobahn where there is no speed limit, so basically you can just put the pedal to the metal out here if you want to and have some fun. You know, I like to drive fast.
Really?
Chicks dig fast drivers. They do. Well, we now find ourselves about an hour and a half from downtown Munich in the fabled Bavarian Alps.
That's right, pal. We're in a quaint little town, very popular with the tourists, called Oberammergau.
And this town just has that kind of feel about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure
I feel
does.
like we should have lederhosen on right now.
I know.
Actually, I'm wearing lederhosen. See that?
I think they just call those sweat socks, actually.
Well, sweat socks, lederhosen, same thing.
You know, buddy, one of the things that makes this town really attractive to tourists is they put on a passion play every 10 years. It's been going on since the mid-1600s.
The town's also famous for beautiful murals painted all over the buildings. Behind us is a scene from the Passion Play. Look at the work that went into that.
Amazing. Boy, I tell you, those Alps are stunning.
Very beautiful scenery here in Bavaria. And you know, the Alps always put me in the mindset of yodeling. And you know that I have a history of yodeling.
I knew you were going to do this at some point during the trip, so
I have a
stage is
history of
yours.
yodeling at in public places.
Yeah, you do. Go ahead. Stage is
All
yours.
right. Sorry,
Go ahead.
I'm overcome with emotion. You understand? Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You know, when you think castles, you think England, Ireland, but there are some pretty impressive structures right here in Germany. We're standing in front of one right now, actually, nestled here in the hills of Bavaria.
That's right, pal. This was built by Ludwig II, King of Bavaria. It's called Lindenhof Castle.
And pretty ornate, amazingly ornate, actually, and impressive grounds surrounding the castle. Yeah. There's extravagant lions, gold statues, and little ponds. This is pretty darn extravagant.
Yeah.
It really is.
And the only one completed during his lifetime.
Well, we've had a beautiful beer-fueled time here in Old Bavaria.
That's right, pal. But before we leave, as we always do, let's check out Jim and Darren's top 5 coolest things about Munich. Number 5.
Traveling on Germany's famous Autobahn at breakneck speeds.
Well, I wouldn't call 100 kilometers breakneck.
That's pretty fast. I'm scared right now.
Number 4.
It's got to be hanging out at one of the coolest castles we've ever seen here in Bavaria. Number 3.
Visiting the place where Beamers are born, the BMW Museum. Number 2.
It's got to be checking out the largest and most historic wind-up toy we have ever seen.
That thing's actually kind of scary, isn't it?
And the number 1 coolest thing about our trip to Munich.
A liter of beer, giant pretzels, schnitzel. Enough said.
True. We'll see you next time on The Travel Guys.
Proust!
Air transportation to Munich for the Travel Guys provided by Lufthansa Airlines. While in Munich, the Travel Guys stayed at the Sheraton Munich Arabella Park Hotel and Motel 1. Special thanks to the Munich Airport and Invest in Bavaria. Sponsorship for the Travel Guys provided by Plaza Premium Lounge, Travel Pro Luggage and Holiday Group, and Mavi Jeans. Let me tell you, this town is fabulous.
I do invite people to watch me get undressed, but you know, I don't have any takers.
No,
at the moment.
what a
But,
shock.
you know, I've got an ad
Okay.
in the paper. All right, Jeremy, when you're editing this, do a fake echo effect here. We'll echo the horrible yodel I'm about to do.
No, I've lost him. What's wrong with this? How much are we paying for this?